Hi, I'm Linda, and I'm from the Wittenberg Branch Library, and for today's Lunchtime Poetry, I am back in a place where I spend much of my days, the Wittenberg Branch Library. And my Lunchtime Poetry journey began, along with my cameraman and husband Mike, back in September. And it has been a joy and a comfort to find and discover the power of poetry. I have delved into many collections to find the right poem and attempted to share it with you from a unique location. I am so grateful for all who have tuned in. Looking into poetry for the connection of crafted words and beauty in nature has helped me to see the wisdom that can be found in both. I've rediscovered a ministering friend in poetry. Before I read today's poems, I offer a few thoughts to encourage you to pay attention to poetry from the book Coming to Age, Growing Older with Poetry. Quote, just as we read newspapers for news of the world, we read poetry for news of ourselves. But along with new insights from poems, we are reminded of what we already know. A line, a phrase, or even a single word placed in the right context can illuminate some part of our experience, revealing a deeper significance, even a spiritual sustenance. We discover unexpected connections in our common humanity. Topics that might not be brought up in everyday conversations can be alluded to in the metaphoric and distilled language of poetry. End quote. I've come to see poetry like pure maple syrup, rich and real. Life is like the trees that the sap comes from, unremarkable until gathered in gallons, boiled, cooked, skimmed, yielding a sweet, complex, final, unique amber. There is nothing else like maple syrup or poetry. Maple syrup doesn't just happen, and neither does poetry. The poet taps the life in its wonder and agonies, distilling experiences and emotions, in the end, yielding a sweet, concentrated product. Lunchtime Poetry will be wrapping up for now, but I want to encourage you, keep reading poetry. There are over 30 readings still available on YouTube and Facebook if you miss some, or want to rewatch. Each time we revisit a poem, we draw new wisdom from it. Remember the maple syrup principle. It's concentrated and pure and full of complexity and can be satisfying and sweet. My first poem is called What We Want by Mary Oliver. In a poem, people want something fancy, but even more, they want something inexplicable, made plain, easy to swallow, not unlike a suddenly harmonic passage in an otherwise difficult and sometimes dissonant symphony, even if it is only for the moment of hearing it. And my second one, You Reading This, Be Ready, by William Stafford. Starting here, what do you want to remember? How sunlight creeps along a shining floor? What scent of old wood hovers? What softened sound from outside fills the air? Will you ever bring a better gift for the world than the breathing respect that you carry wherever you go right now? Are you waiting for time to show you some better thoughts? When you turn around, starting here, lift this new glimpse that you found. Carry into evening all that you want from this day. This interval you spent reading or hearing this, keep it for life. What can anyone give you greater than now? Starting here, right in this room when you turn around. Happy Friday. Bye-bye.